Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. Thank you again for watching, for listening, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. My name is Boom Shikha, if you guys didn't already know that. And in this video, we'll be speaking about how it's a weird thing that INFJs are as empathetic with the predator and the prey. Totally equally empathetic to both. I'll give you a quick example to explain what I'm talking about. Recently, I was watching Doctor Who with my sister. My sister loves Doctor Who, and that's one of the ways I kind of hang out with her, watching Doctor Who. But some of the stuff that's in the Doctor Who is kind of scary to me. For example, one episode we were watching, and there is this evil robot in Doctor Who. Right? I don't remember the name of it now, but there's this evil robot, and in one of the episodes, that evil robot, because it is evil, was being tortured because they wanted some information from it. Right? Now it's a robot. It shouldn't have any feelings, but in this episode, they were torturing it with electricity or something, and it was in pain. It was crying and weeping and sobbing the way a robot would. Now, this is an evil robot. It's done a lot of bad things. It has killed people. It's mean, blah, 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 right? So maybe it deserves being tortured. According to my sister, at least, that was true. For me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I can't stand this. I could not look at this robot being tortured. I had to ask my sister to switch the TV off and then go to the next episode, or like forward it through, because I could not physically watch this robot being tortured. Now, I understand that it's evil. I totally get it. But for some reason, we have this thing inside of us where it's pain. Pain is pain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're evil, they're in pain. It doesn't matter if they're good, they're in pain. It's pain. And we cannot see someone in pain like that. I can't see someone in pain like that. Even if it's a robot, a fictional robot in a TV series that doesn't really mean anything, I still cannot watch it because it's pain. That's why I can't watch horror movies, because there's a lot of pain in there. I can't watch gory movies because there's a lot of pain in there. There's a lot of blood and gore and crying and sobbing and weeping. I only watch comedies. And I know I'm totally missing out on a lot of amazing movies because of that. But I can't do it. Physically, I can't. I literally have physical pain and emotional pain corresponding to that person's pain in the movie. And so I'm tortured. Why would I want to torture myself like that? I don't need it. I already have a lot of pain in my life and a lot of emotional and physical nonsense, so I don't want to deal with that. But it's a weird thing because my sister is an INTJ, right? And so she's looking at me like I'm insane. She's like, but it's a robot. And it's a TV series, and it's fake, and he's evil. How can you empathize with him? And I was like, but he's in pain, he's crying. I can't listen to that crying. And she obviously thought I was insane. And she still talks about it to this day on, because she's like, I can't believe you couldn't watch that episode. Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I do know that I could not. There was a lot of pain in this robot. Now, I know that's not real. I know it's not real. Guys, I know it, okay? Don't even have to message me saying that's not real. But it's real in that moment in time. I can hear the pain. I can hear the crying. I can hear the sobbing. I can hear that that person is in pain. And I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. And from that, I realized that I think what INFJs are like is that we don't actually, again, as I said, we have a different sense of justice. So for us, if you're evil doesn't mean that you should be in pain as well. Right? Just because you're evil doesn't mean that it's all right for us to put you into pain. Just because you're evil doesn't mean that we should kind of punish you for that with extreme pain. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe in capital punishment, or I don't believe in people being put in jail for what they did, but in a lot of my opinion, a lot of my cases in my head, I think, well, just they're going to torture themselves for that anyways. Like, I feel like in their head or in their lives, they're going to get a lot of pain automatically. As soon as people do something wrong, automatically they're going to be in pain because they did something wrong. Now, maybe it's just my own thinking, but in my head, they're going to be punished for it automatically, either not in this life, next life, or through the pain of their thoughts and the conscience that they have, or through other means and manners. Like, they will get that. They'll get their comeuppance. I'm not worried about that ever. If someone does something wrong, they're going to get what they deserve. You don't necessarily have to go out and do that for them. They will get it. Like, yeah, you can put them in jail, but how is that pain? I don't think that's pain necessarily. But, I mean, you kill them, yeah, but how's that pain? It's not pain, really. But they will get it. They'll get what they deserve. Not only because it's karma, but also because, in my opinion, human beings are essentially good and they want to do the good thing, but when they end up doing something bad, in their own head and in their own minds and their own spirits, will torture themselves for it for decades, ages. We don't have to do that for them. They will do that for themselves because that's what human beings do. When I do something wrong, if I ever do something, first of all, I'm so afraid of being caught, so I usually try not to do things that are wrong. But if I do end up doing something wrong, I torture myself about it for decades. I still torture myself about something that happened when I was a child. When I was a child, I picked up my sister because she looked like a beautiful doll. She was the cutest thing on this planet. I thought I was 3 and she was just born, and she was in the cot or somewhere, I don't know. And I picked her up, and she was really heavy. I was like, this is a very heavy doll. And I dropped her. I know, it's the worst thing, yeah? And she started crying. Oh my god, she was very good at crying. And she cried and she became all red, and oh my god, I felt like a fool. And I was only 3 at the time, and I still remember it. I cried about that for days. I tortured myself about it for days. I still think of it as the worst thing I've ever done, right? And so we will torture ourselves on our own accord. We don't have to do it for other people. So when we torture other people, or when we are mean to other people, or we try to put them down, what are you doing? You don't have to do that. I do that enough to myself. You don't have to do that for me, and you don't have to put myself down. You don't have to torture me, because I'll do that to myself, right? And that's just my own reasoning. That's my own thinking. Again, obviously, this is just randomness, because it's my own sense of justice or fairness coming through. It might not be real, it might not be true, but that's what I think of this world. So I don't like torture. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like pain. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I hope this makes sense to you guys. I wonder what you guys think of this. Are you guys exactly the same? I'd love to hear your opinions, your thoughts, your views on this. And if you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. Now, if you guys, I did say, capital punishment, I'm totally fine with it because that's how they do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that I believe that people should be put to death. I don't think that. America is doing that right now, and there's a couple other countries. It's their prerogative. If that works for them, that's fine with me. I'm not saying that I am happy with it, and I'm not saying that I endorse it. But so please don't message me about it. Like, I don't want to hear crap about it. I'm going to delete your comment if you say something stupid about it. I just said it in passing, and it was just an example, right? So please don't message me about it, okay? All right? Cool? All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.